Attention passionate Atlanta, Falcons fans. Latest news, something big is happening in the NFC South and it could change the game. We're talking about a direct impact on Atlanta Falcons' path to another Super Bowl run, a power shift that could leave a division rival stumbling for years. We're bringing this to you firsthand. But before that, if you're a true Atlanta Falcons fan, subscribe to the channel to strengthen this passion even more. Show that you're also part of this family. Let's help each other reach 1,000 subscribers. Share with your FRINDS and Atlanta, FALCONS, FANS. Let's get to the news now. Folks, buckle up because the NFL offseason is heating up, and the latest whispers are about a potential blockbuster trade involving one of the league's most exciting young pass rushers. We're talking about Will Anderson Jr., the Houston Texans' standout edge rusher, and the Atlanta Falcons might be on the verge of making a bold move to bring him to Atlanta. This isn't just idle chatter. There's real momentum behind the idea that Anderson could be heading to the Falcons, and it could be a game-changer for their upcoming season. Let's break it down. The rumors suggest that the Falcons are eyeing Anderson and are willing to part with a first-round pick along with a fourth-rounder to make it happen. That's a significant price, but given Anderson's talent and potential, it might be worth it. The Texans, on their end, are in a rebuild mode, sitting at a 4-10 record, and are prioritizing offensive line upgrades after allowing a staggering 48 sacks this season. They also have a lot of cap space, about $72 million, and are looking to clear some of that to retool their roster, especially on the offensive side, while focusing on their quarterback C.J. Stroud, who has been a mixed bag with an 82.6 PFF grade that raises some questions. Anderson, just 24 years old, is a rising star with a resume that already makes him one of the most disruptive pass rushers in the league. Over his career, he's accumulated 5 sacks and 245 pressures, which is impressive for a player still in his early years. His PFF pass rush grade sits at an elite 89.8, and he's been a 3-time Pro Bowler already. His pressure rate of 15.8% shows he's constantly harassing quarterbacks and making life miserable for offensive lines. What's particularly exciting about Anderson is his future potential. By 2025, he's projected to be a dominant force with 95 pressures, leading all edges, and around 18 sacks. He's also excellent against the run, with 78 run stops and a run defense grade of 93.6, showcasing that he's not just a pass rush specialist, but a well-rounded defender. Now, if the Falcons land Anderson, they're adding a truly dynamic playmaker to their front seven. Remember, Atlanta's defense has been solid, but needs that extra juice to truly become elite. Their pass rush, which totaled around 28 sacks last season, could see a dramatic boost with Anderson in the fold. Think about it. Pairing him with Ebakti, who's shown flashes of brilliance, could elevate the pass rush to a projected 45 sacks, an increase of nearly 60%. That kind of pressure can disrupt even the best offenses, putting opposing quarterbacks under constant duress and forcing turnovers. This move would be akin to the Cowboys' trade for Micah Parsons, which transformed their defense into one of the most feared in the league, boosting sacks by 17 in the process. For Atlanta, adding Anderson could lead to similar improvements, reducing opposing passing yards and making life miserable for quarterbacks like Bryce Young or C.J. Stroud when they come to Mercedes-Benz Stadium. The impact on the Falcons' overall defense would be substantial. They could see their EPA, expected points added, against the pass increase by around 23%, meaning they'll be better at stopping the aerial attack and forcing teams into uncomfortable third-and-long situations. With Anderson racking up around 16 sacks after the trade, the Falcons could turn into one of the most formidable defenses in the NFC, especially against balanced offenses that like to run and pass efficiently. Their run defense would also benefit, with the possibility of cutting down yards per carry from 5.0 to about 4.0 or lower, making it tougher for opponents to establish the run and set up play-action passes. This move also plays into the Falcons' broader strategy of building a fierce, aggressive defense that can carry them deep into the playoffs. With the likes of Grady Jarrett and David Onyemata anchoring the interior, adding Anderson to the mix gives Atlanta a true game wrecker on the edge. His presence would force offenses to account for him constantly, freeing up others and creating opportunities for blitzes and coverage sacks. This kind of front seven dominance is exactly what the Falcons need to elevate their defense to a top-tier level, especially in a division that's becoming more competitive each year. Looking ahead, if the Falcons pull off this trade, they'd be setting themselves up for a serious playoff push. The odds of making a deep run would skyrocket, especially if Anderson continues to develop and maintains his high level of play. His projected pass rush grade in 2024 is already at 92. And in the playoffs, he could be a real X-factor, someone who can turn the tide of crucial games. Imagine him coming off the edge against Tampa Bay or New Orleans, disrupting their passing game and forcing turnovers. His ability to generate pressure would help keep the Falcons in games, especially against high-powered offenses. Moreover, this move could be seen as a statement by the Falcons' front office that they're serious about contending now. With a cap space of around $68 million, they have enough room to make a splash in free agency or retain key players, including their quarterback, Desmond Ridder, who's shown flashes of potential but needs a strong supporting cast to truly thrive. Anderson's presence could also help the development of young players like Arnold Ebiketie, providing mentorship and elevating the overall pass rush unit. Of course, not everything is without risk. The Texans are skeptical about trading away a player of Anderson's caliber, especially considering his youth and upside. They're likely asking for a hefty price because they see him as part of their long-term rebuild. And Atlanta has to weigh whether giving up first- and fourth-round picks is worth the immediate boost they'd get on defense. But in the NFL, sometimes you have to give a little to get a lot, especially when it comes to game-changing talent like Will Anderson Jr. In the bigger picture, Atlanta fans should be excited about the potential of this move. It's not just about adding a player, it's about transforming your defense into a nightmare for opposing offenses. Anderson's arrival could be the catalyst that propels the Falcons from a good team into a true playoff contender, and possibly a Super Bowl favorite in the near future. The NFC South is getting more competitive, with teams like the Bucs, Panthers, and Saints all looking to improve, but Atlanta's front seven could be the difference maker if they make this bold move. Imagine a defense that can consistently pressure the quarterback, control the line of scrimmage, and create turnovers. These are the ingredients for a championship run. Anderson's skill set fits perfectly with that vision, and if the Falcons pull the trigger, they're signaling that they're all in on this strategy. It's an exciting time to be a Falcons fan, and the offseason just got a whole lot more interesting. Pause here just for a second. If you want the YouTube algorithm to keep recommending the latest Atlanta Falcons news to you, it's super important that you leave a like on this video. Go ahead, it's quick and it makes a big difference. Thank you. Now let us continue with the big reveal. And now, Atlanta Falcons fans, I want to hear from you. What's your take on this potential trade? Do you think Anderson is worth the price? Are you excited about the idea of him teaming up with Ebiketie and the rest of the defense? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Your opinion matters so much to us and to the Falcons. I'll be back soon with even more updates, so stay tuned for the latest Atlanta Falcons news. Whether it's draft rumors, free agency buzz, or game analysis, we're here to bring you all the inside scoop. Let's keep the passion alive, Falcons fans, because this offseason could be one of the most exciting in recent memory. Get ready for a lot of action, a lot of speculation, and hopefully a lot of wins. We're building something special here, and it starts with your support. So stay locked in, stay fired up, and as always, rise up, Falcons Nation.